turn to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Jaguars at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The throw over the middle, taken in. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
18 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Goff.
He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Off play action. Here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because You know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
First down, and they go with Swift again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun. Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Second and 4. Now it's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Agnew now to return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 18 on the play.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
11 more on that one and another first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Steps away. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Now Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Goff now looking to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Goff.
Well, he brings it in off the deflection.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on.
There's Manhurts, the tight end.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Goff throwing again.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Here's Goff. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the red zone now, Goff.
That's once again complete to Chark. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 9.
Again, Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. The quick slant caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing again is Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Manhertz in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And they'll accept that penalty. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by Ridley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
So we've reached past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Gone. It's Williams on the catch. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Jaguars use the short field to get in for 6.
They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is gone.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now to throw.
That caught by Manhurts.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
Goes out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Open man left side. It's a tight end, Manhurts. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. Badgley's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Snoop Conner
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. First target, first catch, and a first down. Goff now looks to throw.
They'll find Williams on the slant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
To the air again. Goff. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Goff. Forced nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Here comes Reynolds as they try the jet sweep.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Quick slant caught by Kirk. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. This is where, 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You give it to the big guy. defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, you know, but you're exactly right.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Snoop Conner, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Well, fullback touchdowns have become rare. We just saw 2 of them by the same guy here.
And if you had him on your fantasy team, I'm hanging out with you now for stock tips.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Baxley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. That one a first down pickup of 8. Off play action. Here's Goff. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Goff.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Goff. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Eluding the pressure right, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up